Portland is noted for several plant rarities in the pea, vetch and clover family, such as the Bithynian vetch, which is classified as a nationally scarce and listed as vulnerable. The yellow vetch, also classified as nationally scarce and listed as near threatened. The yellow vetchling, also classified as nationally scarce and listed as vulnerable. The slender tare, also classified as nationally scarce and listed as vulnerable. The toothed medic, classified as nationally scarce. This is the seed head of the toothed medic. This is the sea clover, which is also classified as nationally scarce. This is the rough clover, which grows in sparsely vegetated areas near the sea, but is rare inland. Several other plants in the pea, vetch and clover family are important as food plants for the larvae of the blue butterflies. This is the common bird's foot trefoil, which is one of the larval food plants of silver-studded blue and common blue butterflies. This is a male silver-studded blue. Small colonies of this butterfly can be found at the Broadcroft Butterfly Reserve, also at the Admiralty, King Barrow and Tout quarries. The female silver-studded blue is normally brown with varying degrees of orange crescents around the upper wing edges. Another female silver-studded blue. Another female silver-studded blue with a sprinkling of blue scales in the upper right wings. A mating pair of silver-studded blues, showing the silver studs on the underwing, particularly on the darker female. This is a typical male common blue and can be found all over the island where its larval food plants still exist. This is a normal female common blue, which is brown with orange spots around the wing margins and some blue scales near the wing base. Another slightly darker female common blue. Another female common blue showing a degree of variation in the orange wing markings. Another female common blue, which has mainly blue upper wings. This variant appears fairly frequently on Portland and is usually coupled with bright orange spots around the wing margins. A mating pair of common blues with the darker female on the lower left. This is a horseshoe vetch, the sole food plant of the Adonis blue and Chalkhill blue larvae. This is a male Adonis blue. They mostly appear a brilliant sky blue, but in certain light conditions they can also appear more turquoise or even violet. Small colonies can sometimes be found at the High Angle Battery, Shian Weir and along the old East Weir railway track, now becoming rare. This is a female Adonis blue. They are normally brown with varying amounts of blue scaling on the upper wings. They can be confused with the female Chalkhill blues, which also have lined wing fringes. However, the orange spots of the female Adonis blue have pale blue edges. Another female Adonis blue. Another female Adonis blue. A mating pair of Adonis blues. The darker female is to the right. This is a typical male Chalkhill blue. They're quite widespread on Portland and appear in most areas where its larval food plant exists. This is a female Chalkhill blue. They're normally brown with a fine sprinkling of blue scales next to the body and varying degrees of orange crescents around the rear wing margins, with white crescents completing a circle. A paler variant female Chalkhill blue. Another female Chalkhill blue. Another female chalk-hill blue. A mating pair of chalk-hill blue with the darker female on the right. This is kidney vetch, the sole food plant of the small blue butterfly larvae. This is the small blue, readily identified by its small size. Males are purplish brown with a scattering of blue scales at the base of the wings. The main colony of small blues can be found at the old railway cutting at Bottomcombe, where 2 broods appear every year. Other small colonies can be found at the Broadcloth Butterfly Reserve and Tout Quarry. This is the female small blue, which is as dark brown when newly emerged with no visible blue scales. This is a mating pair of small blues. The slightly larger female is on the upper left. After mating, the female lays a single egg on the flower head of kidney vetch. Here is a small blue egg on the flower head. The small blue larvae usually feeds within the kidney vetch flower heads, where they are often attended by black ants. The black ants can be protective and deter attacks by small parasitic wasps. This is the common rest arrow, another larval food plant of the common blue butterfly. Black middick, yet another larval food plant of the common blue butterfly. Black middick seed head. This is a male dinghy skipper, another butterfly that uses common bird's foot trefoil as a food plant. This is a female dinghy skipper. A mating pair of dinghy skippers. The female is in the upper position. This is a male clouded yellow, another butterfly that occasionally breeds on Portland and uses the common bird's foot trefoil as one of its food plants. A female clouded yellow. A female clouded yellow of the pale form Helis. A mating pair of clouded yellows. This is red clover, another larval food plant used by the clouded yellow butterfly. This is lucerne, another larval food plant of the clouded yellow butterfly. This is common rock rose, one of the food plants of the brown argus. This is the common storksbill, another brown argus food plant. A male brown argus. This is the underside of a male brown argus. This is a female brown argus. This is the underside of a female brown argus. This is garlic mustard, one of the food plants of the orange tip. This is hoary cress, another food plant of the orange tip butterfly. A male orange tip. A female orange tip. Mating orange tips. This is charlock, one of the food plants of the green-veined white, which also uses garlic mustard as a food plant. This is a male green-veined white. This is a female green-veined white. Mating green vein whites. Wild cabbage, one of the food plants of the small white butterfly, which also uses charlock and garlic mustard. A male small white. The underside of a male small white. A female small white. The underside of a female small white. This is a male large white, which also uses wild cabbage as its food plant. Underside of a male large white. A female large white. All of the foregoing flora and fauna is in rapid decline on the island due to extensive loss of habitat. This loss is partly due to the many quarrying operations spread around the island, as shown by this up-to-date aerial photograph. This is a view of a large quarrying operation at South Coomfield Quarry. This is a view of the equally large quarrying operations at the North Coomfield Quarry. This is the vast quarrying operation at Immerstay, which stretched right across the centre of the island between Eastern Lane and Wide Street. This is another vast quarrying operation at Admiralty Quarry, south of the High Angle Battery area. The extensive quarry to the north of the Broadcroft Butterfly Reserve. And this, the stone-crushed, stone-stacking area beyond the old Yowlands Quarry. Independence Quarry to the north of Grove Road. And the adjacent Overburden area. A large stone-stacking area at Perryfield. And the adjacent area of Overburden. The new quarry at the Windmill Lawn Sheds. The extensive Bowers Quarry behind St George's Churchyard. And the adjacent stone stacking area. Although the many quarrying operations has brought about the steady decline of some of the rare plants and the resident butterflies, an accelerating decline has come about due to the prolific increase in the number of horses that abound on the island. It is believed that the total number of horses on Portland now stands at approximately 130. According to English Nature, each horse requires 10 hectares of pasture in order not to destroy unimproved chalk limestone grassland. Therefore, Portland would need to provide approximately 3,200 acres of pasture to avoid any permanent damage happening by such horse numbers. This is a typical example of most of the horse fields on the island at this time of year. Horse manure everywhere and almost completely devoid of any plant life and insects apart from a few flies. An adjacent field in identical condition, again devoid of any wild flowers, which should be producing seeds at this time of year for regeneration. The next field along, the same again, and this continues virtually all along the Bill Road on both sides of the road. The same thing occurs in the majority of fields at Southwell, where wildflowers and insects appear to be non-existent and the grazing virtually the same. Another of the fields at Southwell, where the horse approaches as soon as you arrive, obviously looking for a handout. It's the same in the fields along Western Street. And the several fields either side of Barley Crates Lane. Another devastated horse meadow at Westcliff, which is typical of the other fields in the Blacknor Fort area. One of the horse fields at the rear of Grove Road. And here is another. The foregoing images show the vast acreage of the Portland chalk limestone grassland that's being destroyed by overgrazing. Not only is it decimating the flowering butterfly food plants, it's also reducing the growth of the various grasses such as Yorkshire fog, tallgrass, cocksfoot, creeping bent grass and many more grasses, all of which are larval food plants for the following grassland butterflies. Consequently, this has caused a drastic reduction of the following butterfly species. Male small skipper. Female small skipper. Mating pair of small skippers. Male Lulworth skipper. The underside of a male Lulworth skipper. Female Lulworth skipper. Underside of a female Lulworth skipper. Male large skipper. Underside of a male large skipper. Female large skipper. Underside of a female large skipper. Male speckled wood. Underside of a male speckled wood. Female speckled wood. Underside of a female speckled wood. Male wool brown. Female wool brown. Mating pair of wool browns showing underside markings. Male marbled white. Female marbled white, which is a cream coster on the forewing. Mating pair of marbled whites. The female is the creamier one to the right. A male grayling, a butterfly that always closes its wings on landing. Female grayling. Male gatekeeper. Female gatekeeper. Mating pair of gatekeepers. Male and female meadow browns. The female is the one above. Mating pair of meadow browns, with the female to the right. A male ringlet. A female ringlet. A mating pair of ringlets showing the yellow rings on the underwing. Mating pair of small heaths, another butterfly that always closes its wings on landing. The loss of other plants also has a detrimental effect on butterflies, such as common sorrel, the larval food plant of the small copper. Male small copper. Aberrant's male small copper, blue spot form. Female small copper, mating pair of small coppers. The loss of stinging nettles, the larval food plant of the following butterflies. Male comma. Underside male comma. Female comma. Underside female comma. Male red admiral. Male red admiral. Female red admiral. Female red admiral. Male small tortoiseshell. A male small tortoiseshell. Female small tortoiseshell. Female small tortoiseshell. Musk thistle, larval food plant of the painted lady butterfly. Viper's bugloss, another larval food plant of the painted lady butterfly. Male painted lady. Male painted lady. Female painted lady. Female painted lady. Many of the plants in the pea, vetch and clover family are used as nectar plants, not only for butterflies, but for a whole host of other invertebrates, such as sainfoin, bush vetch, common vetch, meadow vetchling, grass vetchling, ribbed melliot, spotted medic, hop trefoil, and white clover. Many other flowering plants used by butterflies and other insects as a nectar source are also being lost, such as yellow rattle, red bartzia, common knapweed, greater knapweed, eyebright euphrasia species, wild thyme, hemp agrimony, betony, field scabaceous, small sebaceous. Many of the coastal plants are useful nectar plants, particular to migrating insects, such as the rare Portland sea lavender subspecies recurvium that can only be found on Portland. Another is golden samphire. Another coastal nectar plant is rock samphire. Bees. Here is a female grey-patched mining bee. Beetles. Here is a fairy ring longhorn beetle. Damsel bugs. Here is an ant damsel bug nymph. Flies. Here is a male hoverfly. Ground bugs. Here is a mating pair of ground bugs. Grasshoppers and crickets. Here is a female field grasshopper. Ichneumon wasp. Here is an ichneumon wasp. Ladybirds. Here is a 10-spot ladybird. Myrid bugs. Here is the myrid bug. Moths. Here is the thistle ermine moth. Orchids. Here is a bee orchid. Rhophallid bugs. Here is the rhophallid bug. Sawflies. Here is the female sawfly. Shield bugs and leather bugs. Here is a down shield bug with its food plant bastard toadflax. Spiders. Here is a labyrinth spider. Wasps. Here is a black-headed mason wasp. Wildflowers. Autumn gentiane. Weevils. Here is the weevil.